Manchester United 0, Tottenham 3, in Trustcarlo, Tottenham Hotspur pick up their first road 3 points against a Big Six opponent. Welcome into Top of the Perch. I am your host, as always, Nick Burt. This was going to be an interesting game today. Obviously, playing against a Big Six opponent. The name Manchester United is bigger than any of the other ones. Going to Old Trafford feels like it's always a test for Tottenham, even though it seems like they get better results there than they do at certain other places, thinking, the Emirates, Stamford Bridge, to an extent, Anfield. But it feels like those two Manchester clubs, when they go to Manchester, it feels like they have a fighting chance at least, because they get better results there than they do in the other places. Coming into this match, though, Tottenham would be down their captain, Heung-min's son. He went off injured in the Karabakh game on Thursday. We weren't sure what the injury was, if it was going to, last through this, for this game. It ends up being that, so it's Timo Werner stepping in, which you probably know how that went. But for Tottenham Hotspur, if they could get a 3 points today, feels like, even though the beginning of the season did not start off well, this feels like kind of a turning point. And if they look good, momentum starts to swing and then start carrying tempo. So going into this match, like I said, it felt like Tottenham had a chance here, just given kind of how much of a mess Manchester United is right now. Felt like if they got a win here, it would be a big deal. And they got started off in the absolute perfect fashion. In the 3rd minute of the game, a brilliant run from Mickey van de Ven, who starts basically right at the top of the defending third, runs it all the way into the box, almost right to the faraway line, then crosses it right to Brennan Johnson. Johnson has the open net. He puts it away. It is 1-0 to Tottenham just 3 minutes into the game. And my, oh my, Mickey van de Ven is so special. He is one of the best defenders in the world. His speed, I believe he broke past 4 or 5 defenders on his way basically to the faraway line. Then that beautiful cross to Johnson doesn't even come close to any United player. Perfectly unimpeded. And Tottenham have a 1-0 lead very, very early on. Of course, you can say that, hey, maybe scored a little bit too early here. Tottenham may sit back a little. But they didn't. I got to give them that. They didn't sit back. They looked pretty good throughout this game. They had what felt like plenty of opportunities. Is in just the 11th minute, just another great build-up. James Maddison gets a ball while on the run in the box. Looked like he had a chance. Onana makes a good save. It is still 1-0, but Tottenham putting on the pressure early on and looking good doing it too. 12th minute, Destiny Udogie had a great shot. That's blocked by Onana. Like I said, for Tottenham today, overall, this was one of the most complete games I've seen from them this season. And it's the most complete game I've seen in at least a year, probably. It is insane that it's been that long of a time frame that they haven't looked this good. But man, oh man, today it felt like the chances were just rolling, and they had some really good opportunities. Brennan Johnson had another great opportunity in the 20th minute. It hits the far post and bounces back into play. Could have easily been 2-0 there. Obviously, it stays 1-0. But for United, they really just didn't get any major opportunities going at all during this game. Vicario had some good saves, don't get me wrong. United had their chances here and there. They just started so slow. It felt like they were always on the back foot. It felt like every, minute it would be, Maddison taking a shot at Onana. It would be, Romero off a corner, or it would be, Porro crossing one into the box. This game, it just felt like it was full of those kind of opportunities for Tottenham, where this could have been a much larger score than it was. Obviously, it doesn't end up being that. But we end up in this situation where they're still looking quite good throughout this game. I mean, in the 38th minute, right as they turned 39, Timo Werner had a one-on-one with Onana as he's running into the box. At no point during that did I think he was going to put it in the net, which he didn't. He shot it straight at Onana, which, whatever. It is what it is. But you could see Tottenham were up for this game, and they were going to most likely figure out a way to get 3 points in this one. They got major help in the 41st minute as Bruno Fernandes is sent off straight red for a tackle on James Maddison. A very high tackle, like mid-shin. A lot of people saying, oh, that's not a red. That is 100% a red, what he did, as he is sent off. I know there was a big argument from the United side that was not a red. It was a red. He gets sent off. They would be down to 10 men for the last, 4 minutes of the half, but all of the second half. And it felt like if United couldn't get something quick just to turn the tides a little bit, it would be in for a long afternoon. And that is kind of what it ends up being. We go into the half at 1-0 for Tottenham. This was just, like I said, a major half for them. They looked brilliant doing it. I think it probably could have been a little bit more, but obviously you can't complain with a 1-0 lead, and now you're up a man going into the second half. So we start off the second half, and almost immediately, Tottenham on the counterattack. It's Brennan Johnson. He's running into the box. He crosses it to Kulusevski, who is right at the near post. Kulusevski taps it past Onana. He makes it 2-0 for Tottenham, and just like that, it felt like that first goal in the second half would be a major, major factor here. Tottenham get it, and that kind of completely derailed Manchester United's day. If you were chasing only a goal, it's a little bit different. When you're chasing two, it's much, much more difficult. Tottenham, they kept peppering the net, especially when you're up a man. You really got those opportunities, and Tottenham just, they found a way today. 77th minute off a corner driven in from Lucas Bergvall. Finds Dominic Solanke. Perfect position. He taps it into the back of the net. It's 3-0 Tottenham. That is how this game will end. Tottenham walking away 3 points and a +3 goal differential from this game, as they claim another victory at Old Trafford. Like I said, it feels like these are coming more and more. Especially without Son, I feel like that's a huge deal. Again, this United team kind of in shambles right now, but it does feel like this is a major, major victory because Tottenham looked ruthless today. They looked absolutely killer. They looked stunning today. Like I said earlier, this is the best performance I've seen in at least a calendar year. That's how impressive this was. Just great, great play all around. So let's take a look at the stats from this game. As expected, you can see it. Tottenham dominated this game, ruthless. 61% possession, 24 shots total, with 10 of those being on target, compared to United's 11 shots, with only of those 2 being on target. Expected goals. Tottenham had 4.59. Man United had 0.96. Tottenham have more expected goals at Old Trafford this season than Manchester United have. United have had 3 games, I believe, at Old Trafford so far this season. Tottenham have only played 1 game there, and they still topped them in the expected goals in 1 game. Ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. And kind of goes to show how bad this Man United team must be. Fouls. it was almost an even split, 16 for United, 14 for Tottenham. You have 5 yellow cards, 1 red for United, and 3 for Tottenham. Corners, again, a little basically even, obviously not, but we're basically right there. So let's take a look at the player ratings from this match. Like I said, for Son being out, I feel like this is major for Tottenham today. We'll start up top as we always do. Timo Werner earns a 6.9. He has his moments. He has his moments where he looks really good. He has 0 finishing whatsoever. He had 2 opportunities today where he was on the fast break and was basically one-on-one with Onana. And I'm like, there's no way he's finishing this because he just can't do that. He hasn't proven it yet. He still has yet to prove it. No real surprise there. He ends up getting the hook in the 76th minute. Dominic Solanke has a goal, earns an 8.1 in this match. Just a brilliant match from him. He kept getting plenty of opportunities, it felt like, in this game. Nobody was just finding him in the box. He looked really good today. He's turning into the player that we kind of expected him to be. I won't go fully this way, but I know the comparison is starting to be made a little bit. He does look a little bit like a Harry Kane type player out there. Obviously, he is not Harry Kane. Nobody will be Harry Kane except Harry Kane himself. But he is playing that role quite perfectly, it feels. Brennan Johnson, 4 goals, 4 games. This man is on fire right now, which is just absolutely insane to say after a slow start to the season. But this man, he's insane. He is truly showing what I think Tottenham expected from him. Incredible player. Gets an 8.4 in this match. Easily could have been man of the match, but obviously man of the match had other plans for this one. James Maddison earned 7.5. I didn't think it was the worst of games. He had plenty of opportunities in the first half, just couldn't finish them or shot them right at Onana. He was still out there making some very decent plays. Rodrigo Bentancur earns a 7.6. He was kind of the same as Maddison. Like, he was out there, he was making plays, but didn't really have any outstanding opportunities. Dejan Kulusevski is your man of the match, at least from top of the perch. I mean, he was outstanding today. When he plays in this semi-midfield position, he's just an absolutely incredible player. He's like a linchpin to this midfield right now. It feels like he's the best midfielder we have, which is absolutely insane. But he looks absolutely incredible out there. Honestly, he looks insane. Earns an 8.8. Had a goal in this game, the one coming out of the half. Just incredible performance from him. Destiny Udogie earns a 6.8. You didn't really see much of him in the first half. He ends up picking up a knock, so he was taken off at the half. So, no real opportunity to change that, but I still think the best is yet to come with him. Mickey van de Ven, that incredible assist was, again, absolutely insane. He is an insane player. He's insanely fast. He's just insanely incredible. That is what Mickey van de Ven is. There's not many other words to put it. He is such a great player. That was money well spent last year. 1,000% it was. Just incredible player. Earns an 8.2. Christian Romero earns a 7.7. He had a pretty good game today. Obviously, a little bit overshadowed with Van de Ven. He had an almost brilliant, scissor kick. It didn't finish, but it was pretty good. Pedro Porro, he was really good on this back line in that wing back position today, earned 7.9. He was out there making plenty of opportunities today. Pretty incredible. And Vicario, like I said, he was called into action sometimes today. He made some key stops, earns an 8.1. Now we look at the subs. Destiny Udogie was subbed off, like I said, at half. Jed Spence comes on. Again, you didn't really see a ton of him today. which, hey, I don't fault him. This game kind of got out of hand as he was playing. And, I mean, he still looked decent. He did make some good plays. It earns a 6.9. We had a triple change in the 76th minute as Mikey Moore, Lucas Bergevall, and Pop Sar come on. I was surprised that Moore came on this early, just the way Ange has been playing him. I know there were some people out there saying he should have got the start today instead of Werner. There was zero chance whatsoever Ange Postecoglou was giving a 17-year-old his first ever start at Old Trafford. There was just no way that was happening whatsoever. I completely agree with him on that. Moore still earns a 6.5. He had a brilliant opportunity from the top of the box right at the end of stoppage time. I thought it was going in. I thought he was getting his first professional goal for Tottenham. He doesn't, though. That has to wait. Still, I still would like to see a little bit more from him. Obviously, he's 17. We're still figuring things out there. But at some point in the Europa League, I think he ends up getting a start. I'm looking. I honestly don't even know. I figured it was going to be the Karabakh game. And then that's the thing. I don't know if starting him away at Ferencváros is the way to go here. I mean, who knows? Maybe. But, I mean, if you start looking at the Europa League, I mean, those games don't get easier. I mean, Hoffenheim is good. I mean, I know AS Roma. They're very good. You got Rangers in there. I know Elfsborg is in there. That's another interesting game. And Galatasaray, that's another insane game that we're going to have. Who knows? With however long the Son injury is, maybe he ends up getting his first start. I don't know. We'll see. Lucas Bergvall, I thought he had a pretty good day today. I'm expecting to see him in the starting lineup on Thursday in Budapest against Ferencváros. Pop Sar got an assist on that Solanke third goal. I earned 7.2. Thought it was a good game. And then I didn't get the substitution in the 81st minute, bringing off Van de Ven for Radu Dragusin. That's just an interesting change. I don't know. Dragusin barely played enough minutes to, get a grade here. He earns a 6.1. Postecoglou, I thought, had a great day. Other than Timo Werner, but you can only use what you're given. And I thought he had a pretty good performance managerial-wise today. Thought the subs, the triple change came a little bit late. Obviously doesn't cost Tottenham, but still an overall good day for Spurs. So, as I mentioned, the Europa League, we're back at it on Thursday, traveling to Budapest to face off against Ferencváros. That should be an incredible atmosphere. I'm a little bit worried about it, honestly. That is definitely going to be an interesting game. Can't say I've watched many Ferencváros games, but I'm interested to see how they play. Obviously, I'm hoping Tottenham come away with victory after that win against Karabakh. You should be expecting victories in these competitions, but you truly do never know. I mean, Ferencváros is coming off a 2-1 loss in the Europa League to Anderlecht, of course. Varied history with Tottenham Hotspur right there. But it should be a really interesting game. I'm excited to see how it goes. We'll, of course, be back here Thursday to recap whatever happens in that game, win, lose, or draw. And then I believe we're right back into Premier League play on Sunday. I want to say it is Brighton and Hove Albion away. I could be wrong on that one. I've been wrong before, and I'll probably be wrong again. But that will be the last one before another international break. So 2 more games before the October international break. Hopefully, Tottenham walk away with victories in both of them. So thank you so much for watching this Top of the Perch recap of Manchester United 0, Tottenham 3. If you just stumbled across this video, click like, click subscribe, tell anybody know about it. Like I said, we'll be back Thursday to recap whatever happens in the Europa League as they travel to Budapest to face off against Ferencváros. And thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again soon for another episode of Top of the Perch.